And we are live. Let me close my closet door the rest of the way. Or not. I know everyone's going to make comments about my shorts. Yes, I'm wearing Top Gun lounge pants. Holy crap, we got one viewer already. So I plan on holding this live stream up till, midnight, a little bit past that. Just giving some people place to chat, just general talking, and I'm going to have some fun. So I have no real plan for this live stream. The All-Father and Midnight Sagittario are in the general chat in my Discord server. Some other people may drop in throughout. I just opened the Discord server as a come in and join if you'd like. Raging Mako, first person to comment. How's it going, good buddy? Good to see you. So I really don't have any plans for this live stream tonight, guys. It's pretty much just going to go off of questions and general conversation. So, yeah. Hey, Dark Artemis. How's it going, good buddy? I am going to make you guys moderators to help me. Although Smite is... Yeah. Mako just said everything was pretty good, although Smite is still a pain. That's always the fun part about 3D printed bays. Fun to work on until they don't work. Yeah, we've been having some issues over here. Mako, I actually just did a video battling Smite. It killed 2 roses and Blood Boil. Hello, June. Over here. Mako, I actually just did a video battling Smite. It killed... Midnight, I'm going to need you to either turn down or mute because I'm getting reverb.
Okay. Is that better?
No, I can still hear myself.
Okay.
It's really distracting. Huh?
Is that better now?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Mako.
That was the first comment whenever I looked on my phone, but I think it like glitched out, and that's why I have my... It's kind of weird.
Mako, you broke Blood Boil. This is my favorite print of it now, the silver. I still want to print it in red. I also changed up its combo. It's now on 6-stroke. Exceed plus Z. Or X or whatever. I think it's Z. Yeah. And I changed up the original Banshee to Sting Quick Dash. Oh, and though, how's it going, buddy? All right. June, by the way, your bay for the tournament looks fantastic. However, I recommend trimming your burst stoppers for usage in your personal time because it doesn't go together unless you trim them down. Hey, 5-Gun Blader, it's been a while. How's it going, buddy? Have not seen you in a minute. Yeah, June, that's the thing about bays with plastic. If your burst stoppers aren't very, very precise or rubber, they suck. And it's like, what you did was fantastic work. However, I really, really had to shave it down. And I'll send you pictures once the tournament is over. I don't want to keep taking it apart and putting it back together, so I don't
damage any teeth.
Yeah, I don't want to damage anyone's teeth or wear them down. Yeah, there's always some drama in servers. I just realized I've done quite a few unboxings the past few weeks. Dynamite Belial, Vanish Fafnir, or whatever the Dynamite one is. I just got Winning Valkyrie the other day and Emperor Fornius yesterday.
Cool.
I'm going to be using Fafnir's parts mostly for the new Forge Brutus that is coming up.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's sorry about me not commenting much, but that's fine, Mako.
Kick wasn't a good driver.
Kick is a lot of fun. I actually really like it. So the new Forge Brutus takes everything good about the old Brutus and beefs it up times 10.
Well, that's horrifying to hear.
It uses a new system that Overseer actually created. It's going to have rubber burst stoppers.
Oh, is it his new system he made like a few months back?
Uh-huh. The one that uses DB discs.
Oh, I seen it. It looks awesome.
The new Brutus is using that system.
I designed one, but I don't have the filament for that.
Neither do I at the moment. Oh, I also made a backup. So as you guys can see, the thumbnail for this live stream is actually Shatter the Absolute. I made a contingency plan just in case that Shatter happens to fail. And by that, I mean, Shatter was also made into that system. Be terrified.
I mean, Shatter was already terrifying as a sparking bay, let alone being on Overseer's new system.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, no, that's my backup plan. Shatter the Absolute is going to have stuff you guys haven't even seen yet.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured would happen. I mean, you said you were welding, so I mean...
Yeah,
there's going to be metal in it, right?
Well, that's a little more than I wanted to release just yet, but yes, there will be. And by that, I mean, I'm going to actually have to do welding, plasma cutting, Dremel work. This Shatter... Oh, and I'm also planning on making a custom disc for it.
Gosh dang it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Shatter the Absolute...
I wish I was good at 3D modeling, but I'm not that really good.
Oh, don't worry, it takes time. Also, the driver is going to be interchangeable between potentially a plastic, rubber, and metal tip.
You know, it definitely should live up to its name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I planned on making this version of Shatter a real showstopper. Oh, it scares me too, Mako. Me and Overseer are still tinkering on it. June made the teeth for it, and my friend Spooky in Model Bladers did the detail work, and she is an absolutely amazing creator. So thank you, Spooky, for the help. Thank you, June, for the help. And thank you, Overseer, for dealing with my incredibly incompetent self.
You know, I've seen Quaken's thing with, what was it, Uppercut versus V8. Now I just need to see Samuraiser versus Absolute.
Well,
That would be a fight of the century, to be honest.
I'm not going to say that it's not happening. However, I can say this. There is talk about it.
Well, I mean, it's definitely something that I think would be a good idea. However, not sure how well in practice it could be, especially when it comes to on his side or on your side, especially since both are very customized and very
well. There is also one issue. Control over the actual bays and how close we can get an accurate battle, because both of our bays focus on speed, and they're both known for kind of running out of control. So how practically we can have a match is questionable all on its own. But I will say there's talk about it. Hello.
Question, Max.
Answer.
If it happens in 2022, are you going to plan on going to the Blader Bash?
Hold on just a second. Hey, Roadside, how's it going, buddy? Yes, Happy New Year's to you. Oh, so Roadside, I want to say real quick, for that event that's going to be happening in Florida, I am attempting to make my own custom rig. I currently have a transmission and 4-link bars on the way, and I'm going to 3D model and hopefully print out my own chassis. So big plans for the RC channel this year. I won't let my own god level EOS might, but I think I couldn't take on them. Well, just keep up the good work, Mako. You happy for Pro Series Infinite Apocalypse? Yes, I am. Yeah, Roadside, with any luck, it'll be really cool. So yeah, Happy New Year's, buddy. I'm sorry, what was your question again? Yep, Happy New Year, Mako. It was a question about Shatter, right?
No, it was about Blader Bash. If it happens in 2022, are you going to go?
Well, that depends on a couple things. Where it is and if I'm working, because currently I am trying to get a job. The job that I had this summer, it was just a summer position. I had a lot of fun doing it, but you know, you gotta work to, you know, have money and all that fun stuff. So I'm currently in the process of getting a job, and if I'm working, if I can take time off, if that's, you know, feasible, it really depends on what's going to be going on in my life at that time and where it is. Because if it's in New York City, if I can get the time, I will absolutely go.
I'm planning on going too. My friend's going to take me.
Believe me, I would absolutely love to be at the next Blader Bash. But if it keeps happening in California, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, flying across the country can definitely be tough.
Well, we don't really fly. We do a lot of driving, and driving cross country isn't really a problem for us. It's just, you know, realistically getting it to happen.
I hate planes. I'm afraid of planes. I'm afraid of heights.
So am I, and yet me and my dad want to build a bush plane together. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. The kid who's afraid of heights wants to help his dad build an airplane. A kit.
That's reasonable.
It's a kit. Yeah, we also want to go to Oshkosh when I look. So my mom's actually an author. So she goes down to a book signing event in Peoria, and like a couple days after that, they have Oshkosh, which is one of the biggest plane events. It's super cool, and like Trent Palmer and the Flying Cowboys go down every year. It's super cool. So I'd really like to go. Great footage opportunities, and I'd hope that I could get some of the stole drags on camera, because if you guys have never seen stole drags, they are awesome. So to answer your question, hello. To answer your question on if I plan on going to the Blader Bash, I obviously plan on it, but if it's can I realistically do it is the thing. So a loose maybe is what I will say. And by the way, you broke up for all of that, Jay. I didn't get a word of that. You broke up the whole time.
Sorry, I was.
Every time he says sorry, it cuts out.
Oh my god. Unfortunate.
That's the definition of the universe is messing with you.
Is it working?
Yes, now it is. Talk fast before it breaks up again.
Oh. Okay, I will.
There you go.
I'm so sorry, Jay. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Planning on if the Blader Bash was happening in New York or Detroit.
Well, if it happens in Detroit, there's a couple things I want to do. If I can get the time to go down, but I would love to, if it happens in Detroit, I'd like to go to the track that one of my old YouTube buddies used to go to. His name was Steve OD313. He was a fantastic guy, a great YouTuber, loved his videos, and he sadly passed away recently, and it was a bit of a big loss for the RC community, because a lot of us were pretty close to him, and we always had a promise where I was going to go down one year, and we were going to race and make a day out of it and have some YouTube fun with it, and we never got the chance. So I've got my two-wheel drive Slash here in the background, and I'm going to get his YouTube sticker printed out. And he loved his bacon, so I'm going to get a bacon sticker printed out, put it on the Slash, and that's going to be my race with Steve-O, is flying his banner on my truck. So I'd love to turn a lap down there with the Slash and Steve-O sticker on the hood.
I live in Detroit, so we could also have a battle.
You know,
Interesting.
I did not know you live in Detroit. However,
Yep.
That'd be awesome if the Blader Bash was in Detroit and we ended up meeting up there.
So many things to see and do in Detroit, I guess.
Doesn't it have one of the highest murder rates in the country?
I don't know if that's true. I think.
I know it used to.
Yeah, it used to.
After recent events, who knows what it's been. It's a crazy world we live in. But yeah, so as far as the Blader Bash goes, I don't know. I'd love to go. And the best part is, if it's in New York, oh, hello, Jennifer Daniels Vlogs. If it's in New York, it works out perfect because, so people don't realize this, New York is not all city. A very small portion of it is city. And upstate New York is not Albany. That is the middle of the state. Upstate New York is the area around Canada. Hey, DK, how's it going, buddy? I'm from upstate New York. I'm from upstate New York, so I am as far from the city as you can get. I'm the same distance from the border of Canada as I am to a Walmart. 45 minutes. So the thing that works out perfect is I have family. I have some cousins that live down in Albany, and they go to New York City all the time. So I could drive down there and then catch a ride with them to the city. So that would work out absolutely perfect.
Very convenient. However, inconvenient for people across the city, across the country, depending on their situations.
I know, they held it in New York one time, and it was like the biggest turnout of bladers. It was literally the Great Blader Bash. And every other one has been over in California. And I know Kimbo's from New York. He's more from the west side of it. But that'd be awesome if I could meet up with Kimbo either for a special or for at the Blader Bash. But the way that I'm designing the new Shatter, it is it's meant to take on all those heavy metal bays, and I don't agree with heavy metal bays. The only reason that the new Shatter is going to have as much metal in it as it does is because it's all going to be done in ways that no one else has done before. Now they probably do.
The fact that you've been pretty into welding and stuff, from what I've heard so far.
Yeah, I'm so my high school, we have a BOCES program, and so I spend basically 2.5 hours. They ship us out from our regular school to a trade school, and they've got like heavy equipment, culinary, building trades, welding, or metal technology, as we call it. So I'm part of the metal tech program, and so I'm there for like 2.5 hours, and then they ship us back to our regular school for the rest of the day. But yeah, I've been doing this for 2 years.
Yeah. So I mean, it sounds very intriguing, I should say. Jay is just getting bullied by the universe.
He is.
Sorry.
Oh, it's so bad, but I can understand you. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost broke tradition. Every New Year's Eve, we bring back an old tradition. Some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys haven't seen these yet. In fact, probably most of them have no clue what this is.
I apologize for any popping in the background. People have decided it is time for fireworks.
Oh boy. Who remembers these? The old white gloves.
Oh.
Yeah, here.
I do not, because I am still very new, but nonetheless.
God. I started the channel with these gloves. And I used them for like a year and a half. But yep, every New Year's Eve, it's a tradition to wear the gloves once again. These things have been through a lot. Also, hey, Baybreaker Squad, how's it going, good buddy?
I'm gonna head back to Model Bladers.
All right, you have a good one, June.
You too.
Yeah, they are having a huge chat right now.
Over in Model Bladers?
They got 10 people in their main VC right now.
That's probably why everyone's occupied. I'm gonna guess. I'm taking a look right now over there in it. I'm gonna guess probably Zeno and all the. Who's there? Oh, we just lost someone.
Wrath, Stellar. Oh, someone's gone. Who just left?
I don't know.
Lonesome? There you go. Oh,
They're back.
It was Lonesome. Welcome back.
Wow.
What are they watching over there?
My computer is not playing games with me today.
It looks like they're watching Uncle do Gorn. What? And then Wrath also has his camera on.
Oh, boy. Oh, hey, Chad. How's it going, buddy? Happy New Year's. We've been talking about Beyblades, RC cars, the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I think I remember those gloves, but I haven't seen. Yeah, these things are old as heck. I originally used these for stacking wood, and the fingertips got really messed up. So we cut them off and we used them for kayaking. They didn't help. I got blisters like no tomorrow. So I used them for YouTube. Hey, Drift. So yeah, I really don't have any plans. We only got about a half hour left to this stream. I'll probably stay on a little bit after that, but this is kind of just for people to hang out. And, you know, typically every year we get a couple people that stop in just to say hi. They typically leave, which I don't blame. Spending time with the family, friends, and other people. Just remember, for any of those who go out to parties tonight, please be responsible. We don't need any more crazy in this world. Yes.
And he's gone again.
He's gone again. Say it.
Send it to universe.
I said I would.
Okay, I got to the I said I.
I got to the book, and that was it. What if you typed in chat?
Yeah, type in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, probably be a beneficial thing.
Hey, Zed.
Or the Discord chat.
Oh, I don't know if any of you guys are into this stuff. This summer, I started listening to podcasts. I really got into listening to Distractable from Markiplier, Bob, and Wade. Really, really got into that. I just started and finished in 2 days. It was a audio story that Markiplier was part of. He was the main character, called The Edge of Sleep. I binged that and loved every second of it. If you guys listen to podcasts, please look up Edge of Sleep. It's also on YouTube. It is an absolute phenomenal story. It is so good. I really can't recommend it enough. The Edge of Sleep was so much fun to listen to.
Can't say I'm into podcasts. I don't think I've listened to really any, but sounds good. I know lots of people love the stuff Markiplier does, so.
Yeah, I've never been into podcasts. Hey, Morgan, this summer when I was working, I listened to a lot of music, and I got sick and tired of listening to my playlists over and over again, so I was like, I got to find something else. And Mark did the announcement for Distractable, and, you know, I'm a huge Markiplier fan. I love his content. I think what he does is really good. I find him funny. I like Wade and Bob. I watch both of their stuff, too. And I downloaded the Google podcast or whatever so I could listen to Distractable. Absolutely love it. Hey Max, quick question. Would you give any bays, any gimmicks other than metal BBs or switch frame? It's a really interesting listen. Did you work on yes, I have. I just wanted to say. Okay, so the announcement that Jay was trying to tell everyone was, hi, I just wanted to say I will be doing a CBT on January 12th, 2022 in Model Blader's main voice chat. So there's that. Did I work on? Yes, I worked on the 3D printed tires. I've worked on several different pairs. Someone's going to comment about my Top Gun shorts. Buzz off. I did a couple different projects that ended pretty much all the same in hilarious failure. I did 3D printed paddle tires. They sucked because they're too hard and too brittle and they break off. And these ones are too small, so I'm going to make my own. I made drift tires. I shattered 4 out of the 8. I snapped them in half. I also broke 3 of my real ones. Oh, other than switch frame or BBs. Where is it? Where's V8? Here he is. So I have these two. So this system's called Octalock. It's very simple. The way it works is you can see the raised section here. That's a removable piece. It is the same size as a disc, so it pinches it. So basically it pinches the disc and makes it harder to move, which gives it better burst resistancy. And small block V8 has a little burst stopper here. It doesn't do a whole lot, but when it gets hit, it pushes on it a little bit more, and it actually really does help. So I've got Octalock, which is a lot of fun, and I've got some other gimmicks that I'm currently working on. Ooh, what's my favorite scary game series by Markiplier? Darkwood. If you guys haven't seen the Darkwood series, really interesting. Bob's Fridge. Bob's Fridge is such a good episode. What's the worst shatter? That's a loaded question. So there's not really a definitive answer to this. However, I will break it down for you guys in a very comical way once I find all the pieces. Where's the other one? So, the original Shatter, any gimmicks I plan on doing? Yes, there are actually a lot of gimmicks that I plan on doing. However, I'm not going to announce them just yet. And I've done the standard uppercut gimmicks. I will say there is one that I do plan on working on. I do want to do a spring-loaded gimmick at some point. That's in the works. So the worst Shatter, the original one is worn, slam out, and cannot be used. I want to cast this one in resin actually to preserve it. This is where it gets really funny. I've recreated the original Shatter, and by that I mean I salvaged the file. Dead Spaces. Ooh, I think I've heard of that one. Failed comically. I can't assemble it. Failed comically. It broke several times. 2 of the others failed comically because I can't put them together. Blood Boil Shatter. Can't fight left spins. This one I'm not going to reveal the name of yet. Is an absolutely awful design, and the print was an absolute train wreck. And this is kind of a spoiler to Resurrection Shatter that's going to be coming out very, very soon. I made the blades so big. It was not what I was going for, and the print failed hilariously. I was going to send in Quern with a free spin Phoenix armor. Blood Boil Shatter is kind of a freak of nature because it works. Yes, I do remember reading yours, your name. Some bays didn't get in because there was an issue with the files. I feel really bad for Dark Knight because he's just been having problem after problem. So I had to.
Yeah. It isn't his fault, actually. It's kind of my fault. I'm the one who's designing his bay. Well, we try to get it in as soon as possible. I've been designing for him since the time he was on Tinkercad.
So the correction that you guys... Shut up and listen. The correction that you made to it fixed the problem. The new problem was it was printed teeth down. And when I was cleaning it, the teeth kept breaking. But also the issue is those teeth are just really fragile and were going to break either way. So get some more durable teeth in there because it kept snapping the side off. So once you guys get the teeth issue figured out, let me know because he is in the tournament, but he can't battle because his bay had issues. So his bay will be shown on the channel, just not for the tournament.
Oh god.
One person at a time.
If we use slopes.
It's not really a teeth problem. It's just they're not thick enough. Like that they're breaking off easy. Like not the teeth themselves, the unit that holds the driver on.
The teeth weren't really meant to be plastic to begin with. I was using something else. I can get something that could probably do that, but they would need further testing. That's why I'm asking if I could use slopes instead.
You can use whatever you want, but like it's not the actual teeth problem. Like the teeth are fine. It's the part that holds the driver on was breaking. Like that whole section was breaking off.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do it right now.
Oh, there's no rumored third tournament. There will be a third. Who's in the next part of the tournament? I don't know. I have a lot recorded. Sorry for the early goodbye. I hope everyone is. All right, you have a fantastic night, Dark Artemis. Who's in the next part of the tournament? I don't remember. I have a whole bunch of episodes pre-recorded. I need to finish uploading them. Striker did have to be used in the first round. I'm not going to spoil any of the matches, mainly because I don't remember. And the first round is over, so look forward to all the episodes soon. And I will not be answering the question on who I think is going to win Redemption. I am going to stay 100% unbiased in this tournament, and I'm just going to keep rooting for my Bay Banshee. And hope that I'd like to place in the top 5, because there are some pretty tough bays in this tournament. Am I going to make a new Jackal? Well, very interesting question, considering how Jackal is the current king on the channel. It actually beat out Demon King in the last tournament to actually win.
Dang, circular bays.
It's not all perfect circle.
Oh, yeah, because it's got some notches in it.
It actually has some really good knockback strength to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find these circular bays they outperform a lot of different bays.
Brutus.
Yeah, Brutus for sure. I mean, that thing is just tiny and mighty.
It doesn't stop spinning. It's burst to one bay and one bay only, and that's War Smite. I don't think Mako's in the server or in the chat right now, but I'm really excited to see what he does next. That kid has a very good future in the 3D printed community, and I look forward to working with him.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching his videos. I think they're very fun.
He is
very similar.
He is a very underappreciated channel. Does fantastic work. Makes some really good bays. And I just hope his channel takes off pretty good. Because Smite is definitely a bay to watch out for.
Smite is just one of those bays where it's just crazy to watch. It's fun to watch. Unfortunate that it broke, but still very fun to watch.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing that makes me laugh about Shatter. Is it started out as an absolute train wreck, but it didn't matter how hard I pushed it, it always continued to do good. Do I have a switch frame template in the server? I've posted them before. I can do it again. But the original Shatter, it didn't matter what I put it up against or how hard I pushed it. It just kept winning until it got so worn out that it's completely unusable.
Sounds like my current partner bay right now. I mean, it split a bay in half.
Shatter's done that.
But now I wish I had a camera to show you, but it is just broken. It literally is. By the time I finished using it, quite literally, it was tearing rubber out of Judgment.
So that's actually the thing. For what Resurrection Shatter is, it's a better version of the original Shatter. And I'm still, me and Overseer are still attempting to make this file of the original Shatter usable again. Jay, we're gonna get you some help. We're gonna get Hope and Justice figured out for you, bud. But the original Shatter versus Iron Brutus, that's a match that I am kind of working on because Resurrection Shatter is going to stand in for a while. But yeah, the original Shatter versus Brutus would be a good match. Lonesome, what was your bay again? Like, what was your combo? Okay, so that's a long answer. I'm going to answer it as quick as possible. It wasn't saved as an STL file. It was saved as a zip for some odd reason. Overseer managed to restore the file to an STL, and the file that I originally used to model it wasn't properly made because it doesn't fit on the launcher right. The only reason that this one works is because I used ABS and a really bad printer at the time, so it just kind of blindly worked. Oh, Axe King. I love your bay. Horrible burst resistancy, but I love your bay. Yeah, it was like 4 Meteor Evolution. Love your bay. Horrible teeth. Fix the teeth. You've got a real good bay.
It's a beautiful bay, I will say that.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the little logo in the center of it. So the original Shatter also has a couple issues on my end because it was literally the first thing I ever 3D modeled. I made it in maybe 5 minutes, and that might be stretching it.
That sounds exactly like my first bay, which was funnily enough named Brutus. Absolutely. It's like the opposite of Iron Brutus. Horrible burst resistance.
It's an attack type, isn't it?
Yep, that's the thing.
The funny thing is, Brutus doesn't have very good teeth.
Brutus is just good.
You know,
just to be good.
Do you know Chad File's template that he has that's free on Tinkercad?
No.
It's a template used to model off of. That's just what I use. It's very basic.
I got one. The ones I've been using are ones just free off Tinkercad, but like, seen 2, and that's one of them is the one I used actually for my tournament bay, which is super unfortunate that you had to sand down the grips on it. And yes, I know those things are they're big.
Do you have the you're the one that has the really square bay, right?
Yeah, it's the Experiment, so it's like rectangular almost.
I really like the bay, and it performs so fun. It's so fun to use.
It's funny because
hold on just a second. Hold on just a second, bud. I gotta respond to Jay. He made 2 episodes. I don't know if he's going to make any more. I was in both episodes. I've seen a bunch of the extra comics that he's drawn out for it. Not sure if he's continuing the story. Also, before you start talking again, Allfather, I want to say one quick thing because Dark Knight is in here. Dark Knight, your bay cannot be used for the tournament. I'm very sorry about that. However, since you did make it into the tournament, I will make you the promise that your bay will be seen on this channel. So when you get all your issues sorted out, send it to me, and we'll get some battles in with it. Continue, Allfather.
It's coming right now. Yeah, so it was funny because the experiment was actually, one, it was an experiment to see if I could fix my bay files, and 2, it was an overnight project.
What amazes me is, ironically, so it's very square, and that's not really good for, something that spins. However, what makes me laugh is how smooth it is. Coming like with how I have it filed down, coming off the launcher, it's super smooth. It's well balanced, has good stamina, good attack, good defense. And honestly, I don't know how you did it, because square bays are known for doing this thing where when they hit each other, they just send themselves flying in the opposite direction and come to a dead stop. Somehow yours doesn't.
I'm not entirely quite sure. It might be the little, I guess, little bumps on the sides. Because, see here. So it actually has these almost like semicircle bits on the corners of it.
Yeah, I see that. And I think that is what's doing you some good.
Yeah, and it's funny because those actually started off as counterweights to a very Banshee-like spike at the front. But that was too big for the tournament.
I know I said I'm going to stay very unanimous and not pick favorites. However, I know his name. I'm drawing a blank. I am so sorry. The bay's name is Eternal Akeem. Jaden Roach. He's the one who made this. This is my favorite bay in the tournament. It is gorgeous. And it's also the luckiest.
Awesome.
It's the luckiest bay in the tournament because I ran out of filament and I printed this in the middle of the night. It had one pass to go. It had literally maybe 30 seconds of printing left to do, and it ran out of filament. Question, Max. Do you and your family drink sparkling champagne on New Year's? No, we don't. So I don't drink at all. I don't find alcohol appealing in the slightest, which is like, everyone's like, oh my God, you're 18. I can't believe you don't. I don't care. I don't like it. My dad is sleeping because he has to work tomorrow. And my mom is just watching the show on TV. But we had a family get together today because my cousin is moving down. I don't remember what state she's moving to, but her and her boyfriend were up, so we went down to say goodbye to him and to kind of have like a Christmas party for the other half of my family who were out of town on Christmas. So whatever, we just kind of had a nice get together. I hung out with my grandfather and we went down later on and had dinner. Also, I know I'm bouncing around from topic to topic, but Yellulose, this thing, biggest upset in the tournament. Overseer Shadow, I can't believe lost in the first round. So he actually did something, and I want to, once again, Overseer is a fantastic guy. He actually de-upgraded his bay. He changed his driver because he didn't want it to be unfair. He used Wheel Extend Plus Pro Series version, so it's really good. So he kept it. It was a tournament annihilating bay. He put it on the oldest, worst driver I have, which is that blue Revolve from my G2. From my Rocktavor G2. First driver I ever got for Beyblade Burst. He switched to that because he goes, it has the worst burst resistance on the channel. This way it's fair. So he de-upgraded his bay to make it fair. And JH, no, I do not. I do not watch that show. Mosquito. Came out of the wood. Stacking wood earlier. This has been a very, very odd live stream. I've been bouncing around from topic to topic. But someone asked me how the 3D printed wheels were going for the RC car. I think it was Ann, though. I think it was Ann, though. Not only have I been working on 3D printed wheels, so one of the RC cars I have, it's down on the floor, you won't be able to see it, is a Vaterra Ascender with the Chevy Honcho. It's the I think it's like a 74 pickup with a Honcho style rear end. And it's got a really good transmission in it. It's geared super well. It's torquey. It accepts all sorts of different motors. Good transmission. So I ordered a new one, and I ordered the 4-link suspension for it. I am currently working on 3D printing a chassis, and once I get my transmission and 4-link bars, I can actually start work on this project. And because I have spare axles from my Red Cat Gen 7, which are right here, because I bought a portal axle kit. So these axles I already have. It can accept a servo. It's a servo-mounted axle, which I don't typically like, but it's going to be perfect for this little project. 3D printed chassis. I have some really nice bead locks and foams, some really nice bead locks and tires coming too. I haven't ordered those yet, but I'm super excited to work on this RC car. It's going to be one of my biggest projects. I've been behind on Grand Tour. Oh, I used to love Grand Tour. Have you seen No Way Home? I actually saw it yesterday. Me and two of my buddies, I drove down to his house. We hopped in his comically small car. It's a little Chevy Aveo. He bought it for $300. It is a $300 car. It's old, it's beaten, it's rusty. It's the funnest thing because it's like it's one of those. We're both like, it's an absolute piece of junk. Let's take that on this hour-and-a-half long road trip one way. So the three of us pile into it. We went to the mall. We watched the movies. I completely overspent on tickets. It was $37 for the three of us, which is ridiculous. No, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. Fantastic movie. Some really good scenes in it. Some really funny moments. Some jaw droppers, I will say that. Good movie. Fantastic movie. It was a lot of fun.
Pretty much everything you want out of a Spider-Man movie, I will say that.
Have you guys seen the meme? It's a super old, like, 90s cartoon.
Spider-Man pointing, yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was really hoping for that. Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So I did not get my Spider-Man pointing meme. Yeah, 1 minute till 12. I did not get my Spider-Man pointing meme. However, good movie. As far as Tom Holland, I'd say Andrew Garfield's my favorite. Hey, Mom, can I bring the computer out?
Just be quiet.
We are going to... I'm grabbing my computer.
Happy New Year's, except it's only 10 p.m. for me because time zones.
Happy New Year!
Well, I did not want to screen record.
Happy New Year, bud.
Happy New Year, Mom. Oh, I'm pointing at the hutch.
Happy New Year.
How do I shut my camera off? Oop, I left the call. Okay. Oop. I left the call. Whoops.
I mean, there's 1 week. It's
Yeah, I still got 2 hours.
Oh, let's see if this can't get taken down because all 3 of my guns were just on camera. My 22, my 410, and my 12 gauge. Yes, Happy New Year. Who texted me. Oh, my buddies are texting me. Where's my computer charger? Happy New Year, bro. Sorry, I'm just reading some personal text from my friends. Happy New Year. I'm the slowest texter known to man. Let me text my other buddy. Happy New Year. All right, there we go. Business taken care of. My friends have been texted. And we are back. Yes, Happy New Year, everyone. LL, I just saw your upload. I'll have to watch that later. Ooh, the boys are texting me. With any luck. All right. Putting the phone back down. We're back to this. Let me turn that on real quick so I can get to where I want it. There we go. Do you plan on doing a design contest for Impact Shark? I really have. I don't know why everyone loves Impact Shark so much. The original design was god awful. I'll show you the new design that I have for it. The jankiest way I know how. I'm going to take a picture of it on my laptop while I'm live streaming so I can show the live stream. Because that's me. The new Impact Shark is still a balance type. However, it completely goes away from the original design. Yes, I text slower than James May drives. This is the new Impact Shark coming up. It is still left spin. It has a flippable frame like the turn frame is.
GT style, correct?
Yeah, just like it's a GT bay.
I will say, I have thoroughly enjoyed the GT bays.
Me too. I love GT.
The show, not so much, but definitely the bays themselves.
Oh, I'm the same way.
Very fun.
I really, really don't like Dante.
Dante's a character I just love to hate.
He's
actually my favorite.
I really don't like him. I understand he's only like 10 years old, but I do not like him.
Not to mention his pretty ugly hairstyle.
Hey,
I don't know.
hey, I have that same hairstyle 90% of the time.
No. I mean, like the hair colors.
That I can't complain about. I'm a brunette.
I don't understand what's with the characters and why they have to have, especially him, why he has to have blue streaks in his hair.
I walk on the verge of having the most hated hair color ever. I'm like 1/16 ginger.
Yeah,
in the summer, you can kind of see it in the light. In my goatee, I've got a lot of red.
When my hair gets wet, it gets really, really dark brown.
My hair's like dark to light brown. It's a weird color. It depends on what time of the year you look at me.
My dad, he's got brown hair, but the second he grows a beard, he's got ginger red.
My old man's the same way. We have had some really, really interesting topics of conversation this time.
You know, that's just what streams do.
Well, last year it surprised me because Kimbo actually hopped on. It was funny because the real Kimbo hopped on and a fake account of Jake, the Illinook, he hopped on. I have that same problem. I've also been eating icebreaker mints the entire stream.
You know, icebreakers are very good mints.
That was supposed to be the one that I put in my car, and so were these like breath strips. I just like these things too much.
Icebreakers never make it to a car for me.
The only time they make it to the car is when I'm walking out of the store with it.
I don't get them very often, but my little brother does, and I always end up stealing some.
It's a joke in my family. Every Christmas, every birthday, any holiday when gifts are exchanged, or if, when someone just stops by and they're like, hey, I got something for you. There's always a pack of icebreakers wintergreen in it.
You know?
Or the spearmint. It's always wintergreen or the spearmint. Okay. Since we're on the top,
they care.
Since we're on the that, and they love seeing me laugh every time I get mints. Since we're on the conversation of food-based things at the moment, what is your favorite chip? I've got a different one that not a whole lot of people talk about.
Mine has to be. It's a three-way tie between ketchup, all dressed, or freaking cheddar ruffles. I cannot stay away from those things. They are like an addiction.
I have an interesting one.
No, they don't do that.
Pocky ghost pepper.
I haven't tried that one yet.
The Pocky one chip or what?
No, Pocky.
One chip doesn't taste too good, actually.
It tastes like nothing.
Just tastes like spice.
It's just caking.
So I did the one chip challenge. It is the driest thing I have ever bitten into.
You basically take like a super, super dry, like you take hot stuff, which pretty much dries your mouth out.
It just hurts you.
And then you mix it with something that dries your mouth out equally as fast, a chip.
So the funny thing is, about a week before I did the one chip challenge, I was on my way into work, and I drove like 30 miles to work every day. So 2 days, or it was a 50-mile trip there and back. 2 days, 100 miles. 4 days, I was putting 200 miles on the car, and that's a half tank. So 4 days would get me 200 miles, half tank, put gas in. Typically, every morning, I grab myself a beverage of some sort, whether it was like root beer, Dr. Pepper, whatever. I don't really like energy drinks, but I did try a couple of those Reign energy drinks. They weren't bad. I love my Mountain Dew. Baja Blast is my favorite. I drank a lot of Major Melon this summer because I could never find Baja Blast. But either way, I'd always grab like a burrito for breakfast, and I caught it out of the corner of my eye. It was the Pocky chip. It was the chili lemon or whatever it was. It was like their second hottest one for like their chips, their regular chips, the one that aren't trying to kill you. Not a fan of hot stuff without flavor. Those chips had so much flavor. And they weren't really that hot. They were absolutely fantastic. I wish the bag was bigger. Drift said Takis. I hate Takis. I don't like them in the slightest. And people give me crap for that all the time. I can't do it. Takis, not my thing.
Yeah, the only person in my family who even will eat Takis is my little brother, and that's because he doesn't. He's the only one who likes the taste. I can deal with heat very, very well, but they just don't taste good.
They don't. So no one ever talks about this. And I'm going brand specific. TGI Friday potato skin cheddar bacon. They're amazing.
That was really specific. Very specific, but like highly respectable.
And we just had a new Dollar General put in my grandparents' town, which is like a 15-minute drive. And I spend a lot of time in that town hanging out with, when I say old friends, I don't mean like I've known them for a long time. They're old. They're 70, 80-year-old men that I hang out with. So I'm either hanging out in their shop talking about cars with them, or I'm at my grandparents'. I spend a lot of time in that town. They just put in a Dollar General, and they sell my favorite chips. My favorite snack in the world, as far as like cracker based, are the whales, like the cheesy whales. That's my entire childhood summed up right there. Ooh, Jay has a really interesting question here. Do I like cars with CD players or tape players?
Both.
So, I don't listen to a whole lot of CDs. I used to. My car has a CD player. I don't remember what it came with it, but it was rap music that sounded awful. Literally, we bought the car, and my dad wanted to feel it out because, you know, that's what parents do. They're like, all right, let me make sure that this car is safe, because I bought a 2012 Mazda 3, favorite car in the world now. 5-speed manual. I can drive stick. It's a lot of fun. So my dad's feeling the clutch out. He's feeling the car out. He goes, I wonder if there's anything in the CD player. I can English properly. Presses play. The worst rap music ever comes out. He punches the button to spit the CD out, grabs it, looks at it for half a second, and flings it into the back seat. He goes, yep, enough of that.
Yeah, my friends are really into rap, like, depending on the artist. Whenever they play music, I cannot stand it. Like,
I listen to a comical amount of Disturbed. I love metal and classic rock. AC/DC. I just forgot everyone I listened to. Jesus Murphy. But I listen to a lot of old music. I have some songs from Elvis on my phone.
I know this one kid. He's probably like one of the biggest freaking Beatles fans.
That sounds like my buddy Antonian Yocanoli. That's his nickname for anyone who's curious. Loves the Beatles. Someone goes, what's your favorite music? He goes, I like the Beatles.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Jay, I rather have a CD player, but if it's the way I want, it's going to be Bluetooth, because then I can listen to whatever I want. What made you like cars? I'm just going to answer some of these questions real quick, then I'll give you some time to talk, because we've been getting a lot of questions. What made you like cars /Beyblades /3D modeling? That's a real fun one. I'll start with the Beyblade. A kid in my class got one because his father did a lot of traveling. He went over to Japan a year before they came out in America. So he came back with a Storm Pegasus, played with it all the time. The second I figured it out, I ordered a couple of them. I don't remember. My first bay was Rock Orso and Storm Aquario in that black stadium. Loved it. I've been into it ever since then, back before Metal Fight was even being played in America. 3D printing, I always wanted to make my own Beyblade. I finally could. The big guys were doing it. And cars, that's a longer one, but the quick story is I grew up on Fast and the Furious, Smokey and the Bandit, the Dukes of Hazzard. Before I could even talk, my parents would say, "What sound does the four-wheeler make?" And I'd, make four-wheeler sounds. I was born with it because my grandfather on my dad's side, huge Mustang fan, loves cars, snowmobiles, motorcycles. My dad, he's a big truck guy, loves cars. He had a fastback Mustang 91 Camaro. He had a GMC Sierra with a Corvette motor swapped into it, Subarus. We've had it all. So my dad used to also drag race snowmobiles, and he actually had the chance to get sponsored to race snowcross. That tells you how good my old man was. And it figures I'd be born and have an absolute obsession with cars. That's never changed and it never will. And I love it. Do I have a handbrake lever or a button? Handbrake lever, it came in handy the day after Christmas. We were having a Christmas party at my grandparents' in town. I was leaving. The roads were super icy. I live on a dirt road, so I'm coming out of my driveway onto the dirt road. The plow is like, I can see the plow coming. I've got plenty of time. Look both ways. Perfectly good. Go to turn left to leave my house. The car keeps going straight towards the ditch. Throw the car back into first gear, clutch in, rip the handbrake, drag the back end around, handbrake down, clutch dump, gas, we're gone. Saved it from absolutely smashing the crap out of the front end of my car. Thank God I actually know how to drive. God, these days, with a 6-disc CD player, those were the days. Yes, they were. 2004 Silverado, we would blast the music from Tokyo Drift, Kid Rock. We'd blast the music right out the doors with that thing. I miss that old truck. That was a lot of fun. Hot Wheels made me like cars. I've always been a big Hot Wheels kid. You would always find a leftover CD in those cars. Oh, yeah. I'm never going to sell my car because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to keep my car until it's no longer road legal. I'm going to gut it, cage it, and it's going to be a dirt track car. It's going to be in the bandit class. Max, if you like metal / punk / rock, you're going to be falling in reverse. This band literally mixes. I hate rap. Don't care what it is. I'm not really a big fan. Very few songs I like that. Okay, Allfather, what were you saying? I got all the questions answered. Hope that cleared everything up for everyone.
Very much forgot what I was saying because I was very intrigued by the whole conversation. Funnily enough, what made me actually you're actually the first Beyblade channel I actually subscribed to, and for two reasons. Very much I was getting heavily into 3D printing, and then two, not only did you do Beyblades, but you did RC, and that was literally my secondary hobby at the time. I haven't done anything really much. I have a crawler and a / 4x4.
Ooh.
That's about it.
So we're going to jump back on the topic of RC cars for a little bit because you said that.
Yep.
I've been in the hobby for 4 years now. It started with this 2-wheel drive / behind me. She's still bone stock to this day.
My / is about a year old and is still bone stock, even though I've been planning on upgrading it for like a year.
However, I will say I mean, like the majority of it is bone stock. I have the RPM hubs and carriers. Other than that, I have a little cheapo servo that I stuck in there. I paid like $20 for. I had a Savox that cost like $150. Had it for 4 years and it finally died last winter. Aluminum shock caps on the front, and during the summer I put a 9-turn brushless system in it. But it's back on stock electronics, and I got some Dynamite short course tires. Second, I got the Vaterra Ascender. I actually want to show this off real quick on camera. I stuck a 12-turn brushed motor in it, this is a crawler, by the way.
Yeah.
I got it right here. I'll show it on stream. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but here, I'll turn my phone on.
I am watching the stream, and all that reminds me of, I actually bought the Vaterra Ascender body for an SCX-10.
Do you see this?
Fit. Yeah.
She's a dually now.
Dualies are always cool, to be honest.
And I got a 12-turn brushed motor out of a WL Toys A959B. So she's got a little bit of get up and go to it. I've got the 4 Swampers on the back, and I've got the TRX 4 tires on the front just for now. I will be getting a matching set of Swampers for the rear. And my dad has a 2-wheel drive slashed. Everything is anodized aluminum blue. It has an LCG chassis, high-speed Savox servo, and it's typically on a 9-turn brushless.
Yep, sounds like a bundle of fun.
It is. My dad has this absolutely awesome Power Wagon TRX4 Sport with a 9-turn brushless in it.
That's really nice.
Pit Bull tires with beadlocks. These are really good tires for rock. Fantastic tires for rock. We got that around the same time as the Ascender. And the year after we got the Ascender, so 4 years, 3 years, 2 years ago, we got 2 Traxxas Vortex. I've got a 71 Trans Am. My dad has a 71 Camaro. We have 2 WL Toys. We don't really use them. Last year for my birthday, we got 2 SCX 24s. A lot of fun. So a year ago, I got a Red Cat Gen 7 Everest Pro, which is I got the portal axle kit for, and I plan on doing a lot more to it. So it's got that in it right now. About probably 8 months ago, I won a 4-wheel drive slash. I won it for free. I never win. Hold on. So I still have cash bangers. Huh. Got me back into Bayless. So I got the 4-wheel drive slash, and I stuck a brushless 9-turn system in it. I got my dad's old body on it just for now because I don't want to ruin my nice body that it came with. This thing is a blast. Look at the motor we got in this thing. That's in my dad's TRX4 too. Same motor we have in this, we have in a crawler because we're insane. And for Christmas this year, you can't really see it in the background. However, we're thinking about converting my Slash into a Bandit and running the 4-wheel drive in the open category. For Christmas this year, my parents got me a brand new basher, which is a Bandit VXL with TSM. This thing is wicked. You can clearly see that there's some things missing from the tires.
You know, like actual tires.
It threw them off.
You know, that's just what you kind of assumed would happen with a VXL Bandit.
In fact, here's the tires. It just kind of happened. Wow, these foams are shredded. But yeah, so that's gonna be some fun. And yeah, I'm working on the 3D printed one. So I got Red Cat Gen 7 axles. I have a Vaterra Ascender transmission and 4-link on the way. I ordered the transmission a couple days ago, and I ordered the 4-link a couple hours ago. So once those get here, I'm going to start 3D modeling the chassis. I have some suspension links that came with my Gen 7 portal axles. And also, in the closet I have, or rather I had, a Red Cat Piranha. Here's the chassis. The rest of it is in this bag. Because, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Red Cat. The Piranha is probably my third favorite basher. The reason that it's third is because the Slash is always going to be my favorite because it was my first. The Bandit is my second because it's nice and light. And the reason that it comes in third is because its steering wasn't the best and it weighs 5 pounds. But it has one huge issue. I've blown 2 gearboxes in it. The gearbox is just way too fragile in it. I'm not trying to diss Red Cat in the slightest.
Red Cat's a great company, don't get me wrong, but lots of their stuff they make can be fairly questionable stock.
Like if I could get a partnership with Red Cat, I 100% would. As long as I could, show everything on camera. Like if it breaks, let me show it. And I love the Piranha. And I actually got in contact with Red Cat and said, hey, why don't you make this with a slipper clutch? If they make a new version with a slipper clutch, I will buy it. What program do I use to 3D model? Tinkercad. It's simple, it's easy, and it's free.
Yep.
And
it's not as complicated as freaking Blender.
Yeah. So the Red Cat, I absolutely love it. I love my Gen 7. I absolutely adore it. I take it everywhere. Along with upgrades, I wrapped the wheels in bismuth wheel weights. There's like 4 pounds of weight added. That truck weighs over 7 pounds. I also have Proline 2-stage foams in it, which cost me like $70 for foams and $100 for axles. All well worth it.
Well, no one said the RC hobby was cheap.
Oh, not in the slightest. Don't get me wrong. I love the Gen 7. The body is beautiful, but the body is so heavy it tips the stupid thing over. But once you get the balance sorted out on it, it's perfect. It's geared really well. It's a lot of fun. It handles really well. I love my Gen 7 to the moon and back. And yeah, I really want to get the Everest, the 10, their little truck that they have. That thing looks fun.
Oh, the Everest 10. I thought about getting that. Sorry. But, you know, instead of getting that on Christmas, I actually got an SCX-10 6x6, which don't get me wrong, I love 6x6s. I was very torn about 6x6s originally.
It's the turning that I'm not a fan of. No, I don't rank them.
It's how big they are.
Yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot of bodies available.
Yeah, so, and I really disliked the Unimog body on it.
It wasn't the right Unimog.
Yeah.
Like, they used the newer version. I wish they would have used the older one.
So what I did is I got a trail poncho or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're going for.
Did the half,
Mm-hmm.
like just half cab thing.
Yep.
And that's what it's working on, and so that's what it's ran on.
That's
I
it.
got it. I think I've had it for about half a year. That's been in basically just in parts because I love the 6x6, but you know, 4x4 is just a lot more convenient.
You
so
said you
I've already
got the SCX 6, the 6x6 one.
Yeah.
I really wish Traxxas or Axial, whichever, I really don't care. I want them to release, because Traxxas has their track kit.
Yeah.
I want them to release a half track in the worst way. For those who don't know what a half track is, they used them during the World Wars. It is for 6x6 vehicles that have, 4 tires in the rear. It is a track kit that turns the back half of the truck into a tank, essentially.
Yeah. And that'd honestly be a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of gimmicky, but it'd be cool.
Like, how many things in the RC hobby are already gimmicky? Like a 6x6 per se, that is gimmicky in itself.
But it's a gimmick that works.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I like 6x6s. I don't like the price tag that they all come with.
Oh yeah, last year they were down like the SX10 6x6 went down $100, $350.
Yeah, I mean, some of them drop pretty good. My buddy Ben, Buy It, Break It, Fix It RC. Everyone check him out. He's a great dude. He put the Valenian system in his TRX6.
It's stuff like that just makes you love the RC hobby and all the freedom it gives you.
It was so cool. He did a build off with I don't remember who he did it with, but 3 channels partnered up. It was D&D Sports, my buddy Ben, and I forget who the third person was, and I apologize for that because I really liked it. They did a build off of TRX4 Sports. Ben went with the blue one, and he did the lift kit. He basically turned it into a mud truck. And the other guy, I don't remember how he had his set up, but it was closer to stock ride height. They both looked fantastic. So for Christmas, I got my dad brass portal axles for his TRX4. They replaced the plastic ones with brass. So that truck's already well balanced, so it doesn't need to be any better, but I think I think my dad will like it.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah, I've got Sorry, you can go.
Oh, okay. So the only thing that really drove me away from RC was just the price tag.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I got into Beyblades from the Metal Fight series. It started on Netflix, like it went onto Netflix, and I adored the show. And then I never got any Beyblades, unfortunately. I got one, it was an off-brand one, it broke in half. And then Burst came out, and I got the Switch Strike ones, and that was how it went. And I've been just I fell in love with it.
Oh yeah.
Completely.
I got too many hobbies. I got Beyblade. I got Hot Wheels. I got RC. Full-size cars. Four-wheelers. I got too many hobbies.
Same. I have one Rubik's cubes. I enjoy building model kits. I enjoy Beyblade, off-roading, RC, just overall tinkering and coding, stuff like that. I have so many hobbies, and I don't get to like half of them.
I know. And that's the thing is RC is one of the hobbies that I really enjoy because I take it pretty much everywhere with me. You know that car that I told you that I'm building right now?
Mm-hmm.
It has $120 worth of parts in my Amazon account.
It's like that, you know? It's RC for you.
Yep. I mean, transmission. I got my, transmission. I've got the 4-link. I've got bead locks, tires. What else was it? I had something else in there. I'm going to be using my old Slash for receiver and speed controller. I've got the 35 turn that came with my Ascender. I've got just some random servos that I'm going to use. Originally, I was going to build it with a 2-speed transmission, but I was like, there's one extra servo to burn out. I think I'll stick with a regular transmission.
Yeah.
Also, I'm insane. This is going to be turned into a snowmobile.
Well, that's just the joy of RC. Again.
And 3D printing. Hey, Wild Child.
Yeah. He says, Jay says he likes RC planes and boats more. And it's like, don't get me wrong. Planes and boats are super, super, super cool. Before I got into RC cars, I was into RC planes, but I never got one. But they're just, you crash and they'll break super easily.
Do you remember me telling you that I love RC and I'm insane?
Yeah.
Do you ever see that fella RC Life On?
I think I may have seen it. Hold on.
Well, there's one video, and the thumbnail is of a green RC fan boat. I may or may not have found the files to it on Tinkercad.
Time for printing.
It was too big for my printer, so I scaled it down to max size. Overseer sliced it and sent it to me. It's going to take a day and 7 hours to print.
Is it the underwater? It's not the underwater drone.
Nope. It's a green fan boat.
Green. I know he's 3D printed a couple.
Yeah, he did the impeller one for the black one.
I've seen quite a few of his videos. I enjoy his videos because it's all 3D printing stuff, and just pure fun. This was kind of, RC was kind of the bridge into 3D printing, and then
I started doing it for Beyblade, but then I realized how much I can do for RC too.
Yeah, RC has so much potential. Like, it has so much potential you can do with it.
So we got a good question. What type of snowmobile? 2 wheels and 1 ski, 2 wheels and 2 skis. We are going to do 2 skis coming off of the front for turning, obviously, and 1 massive track. It's going to be track driven. Oh, excuse me. I bit my tongue. That really hurt.
And I've been biting my cheek all dang day. It's pain.
So we have a 3D printed snowmobile that I'm going to work on at some point. We have the fan boat, and I'm also working on 3D printing skis and paddle tires to turn my Bandit into a snowmobile for winter. I kind of did that with my Slash last year, but it sucked. So
what I did is I literally just used the freaking suspension razors, and I raised the suspension on that Slash all the way up. It was slanted down forward, and somehow it just worked. I don't understand what that thing did, but it worked on the snow decently. I won't say amazingly. I will say decently.
I gotta show you these tires because they are comically large. So I made a monster Slash. I, of course, blew the rims to pieces because they're cheap plastic rims. Look at the tread on this thing.
Those are some.
They're big.
Those are big.
This is my stock Slash tire. This is the original one that came on my 2-wheel drive. That was after 2 batteries run through it.
That's what happens.
This is the size difference.
Yep. That reminds me, January of last year, I actually didn't do anything. I took those and I put it on my patio, which has like, I don't know what kind of stuff, like what kind of powder or anything's on there, but it always feels dusty and gross on that patio. But boy, oh boy, does it make super well for a dang drift track. And I put that for Slash, and I drove it on there for like 2 months. Those tires were basically, they didn't even feel like rubber anymore. Those things felt like plastic.
When my old man got the brushless system, he put it in his Slash. I had it stock and I just geared it up. My tires were holding up fine, but he was burning through them super quick because there was so much punch to it. Yeah. So there's a video on this channel. It was down towards the very beginning. Me and my dad did parking lot racing, which was the most fun I think I've ever had. And so his tires were getting more bald every lap, just chewing the tread. And it got to the point where I couldn't keep up with him in speed, but he couldn't turn. We spent 4 hours in the parking lot racing. So much fun. I don't know how my Vortec still has a motor. Story time for this. This Vortec has the original motor in it, which is brushed. They don't last long. I ran it for 6 hours at the track with maybe a 3-minute break in between each battery. I brought it home. I went back to the track the next week. It went 8 hours without rest. It came home. It's been run in the garage. It's been run through the dirt. It's been run in parking lots. It's been to the track again. It's still going. No clue how. Because you can kill a brushed motor in a slash in an afternoon.
I've luckily not done that with mine, but definitely I've been planning to upgrade that thing to brushless for like a year.
You said you have the 4x4 slash, right?
Yeah, it's not the VXL one, it's just 4x4.
When you put it brushless, you are going to be in heaven because the 4x4 slash is slow.
It very much is.
And that 9-turn brushless I have in it, I've had in my 2-wheel drive. My 2-wheel drive will run circles around the 4-wheel drive. I think the 2-wheel drive stock spur in a slightly larger pinion, and I'm talking like a 24 tooth, 26 maybe, and I'm still going to be pulling the brushless. When you go brushless, you're going to love it because you're going to be like, oh my God, it's so fast. There's just so much parasitic drag in the transmission and driveline. It slows it down so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to upgrade to brushless. It's more of a matter of when do I have the time and the money to do so.
I got a cheap one for you. OC Day, 9-turn brushless. It's like $30. It can handle 3S. It's waterproof. It's fast. It's fun. It's cheap. There's a little bit of a cogging issue when it gets older, but it's fine.
And you find
Yes,
it
I
on
do.
Amazon?
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon.
All right, I will take that into deep consideration.
Yes, I do want to put a camera on my RC car. I have a GoPro. I just haven't stuck it on it yet. I'll put it on my old slash body and run it on the 2 and the 4-wheel drive at the track one day.
Oh, my slash body is so torn up. It's the original body, and it is so torn up.
So the back fender all the way to the back of the cab, it ate a buggy. Midnight Sagittario has his cat.
Does he have his camera on right now?
Yeah, in Discord. His cat does not look happy with him right now. Oh, he is not happy in the slightest.
I know my daughter have a camera, so
She just jumped from the chair. Look,
She did not look happy with you.
and the mountain of Beyblades. I just got, speaking of Beyblades, I will say I was not a big fan of Belial when watching videos on him. Having it in hand, he is so much fun to use. I cannot explain how or why.
I'm kind of the opposite. I thought he was going to be a lot better than he was. I need to get more of the upgrades because all I have is the F gear, and I am very disappointed. I need to get the L gear for it, and or sorry, not the L gear, the V gear that comes with Valkyrie.
Yeah,
I wanted to get that because my aunt and uncle, they always get me a gift card every year. They got me like a $25 Amazon gift card. I couldn't use it in Mall of Toys, which doesn't surprise me because it's not on Amazon.
Not to mention, Mall of Toys doesn't even have a Valkyrie. From
I know. That's the thing that made me mad was because, guys, if you've never shopped for Beyblades on Amazon, you got to be really careful.
My Shark Gold. So she actually got me Belial for Christmas. She got it on Amazon, and thank goodness she got the Korean version, which was on Amazon.
It is so hard to find real Beyblades on Amazon. It's when I bought this Fornius, it was like, oh, this site feels wrong. It's a real Takara Tomy Bay, but there was something about the website that I bought it from that just didn't feel right. The font was weird. Everything was just kind of odd about it. I was like, I don't like this. And I couldn't buy Savior Valkyrie, and I couldn't find it on Amazon. Couldn't find it on Mall of Toys. Had no other idea of where I could get it. So
another place you can get it is the Portal Zero, and yes, they are slightly more expensive.
Yeah.
But that is your next best bet, in my opinion.
Bricks too. I've seen it too there. I think that's where I got my Lucifer.
Yeah, because I want to get
I got from Portal Zero actually.
I want to get the new that Savior Valkyrie. That's the one that comes with a shot, right? Savior.
Yeah.
Okay,
Savior.
so I want to get Savior both for the little V gear that it comes with, and also the shot driver, because the shot driver does look pretty fun.
It's fun. Like in practice, it's not the best, but I will tell you, whenever I watch a video with shot, it always puts a smile on my face every time the thing jumps.
Oh, Haymaker joined. I love that name, by the way.
Haymaker, yes. He was actually the one who I've been DMing him for quite some time now. And
what's wrong with F gear? Nothing's really wrong with F gear. It's one of those, it's there. It does the job. It definitely does make it better. But it's...
I think you went mute, Max. I don't know. I can't hear you, but...
Ah, crap.
It cut out.
My Discord loves doing this to me. Oh my God. Discord's trying to kill me. I'm going to have an aneurysm. Where's my own... Is that better?
Slightly. I think... I don't know what happened.
My Discord hates me. If I'm on for more than an hour, it starts goofing up. So the fact that we've almost made it 2 amazes me.
The magics of the new year.
Yeah. Same thing, different year.
Yeah. So, Haymaker, I've actually been getting input with him for my partner since around the 5th of December, so about a month now. He's been giving me input, so and I mean, it went from 1 into the second prototype, which I don't even know where I can find the second prototype of it, but that thing does not work. It is horrible. It will burst immediately because of a stupid mistake.
I've got a really cool Beyblade that I'm excited to make, but my slicer that I attempt to use is a piece of garbage. So it did this, it train wrecked. However, ironically, the way it messed up, it laid if this were metal, that would be a perfect weld. That would be a perfect weld bead. I'm actually bringing this in to show my shop teacher. And some of you might be able to tell. That's a Trans Am logo.
Ha, ha, ha.
So, you know what the bay is going to be. Do you happen to know the nickname that they gave the Trans Am?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil it then. You guys are going to love the name. It's going to have 3 different names because I plan on making a couple different versions. You guys are going to love the first version.
Oh man, he's gonna have a whole like rock dragon kind of setup, I'm guessing.
No, they're going to be 3 different systems. The first one's just going to be, you know, a single layer. The second one I would like to be maybe DB. And the third one I'd like to have be Dynamite. I'm also working on a Dynamite Shatter.
Yeah, so one thing I will say I love about freaking Dynamite is the Nexus disc, and that's only because, and I wish I could show you, I have Dynamite Belial with Guilty upside down attached to the freaking disc. And so it looks like this ginormous skirt when it's spinning.
We were having a match in Model Bladers the other day, and Quake Samuraiser kept flipping upside down in the match. And you know how Model Bladers goes. If you guys don't know how Model Bladers goes, it's utter chaos in voice chats, but we always end up having a good time. Everyone leaves there happy. And
Yeah.
we're all being idiots. We're having a screaming match. I went, whoa, perpendicular Beyblading. And everyone absolutely started dying. I got Quake back with a good one because about a year ago, I battled Xeno with Wolg. It was Slug Wolg. It was the release of that. Everyone Insta was testing it. He goes, don't worry. It's not going to break. I tested it. The very first hit that Draken delivers splits it into 7 pieces. The switch frame exploded.
That's the glory of a switch frame.
Oh, it gets funnier.
Never tried it.
It gets funnier.
Tried it.
The more the match went on, I got 5 points with just my layer key. I will never let Xeno forget this. I will torment him about this till the day I die. You lost 5 points to a layer key.
Wolf's just, he's like, you may have freaking, I don't know, chopped off my freaking fists. Throwing fists.
Not only did it break the switch frame, it broke my layer key in half.
Oh, that reminds
But
me.
it kept fighting. And every time it'd break, I'd say to Insta, I went, can it be launched? He'd go, yes. I went, keep going. And it was just me going, keep going, just like screaming at the camera. That was the funnest half hour I have ever had watching someone else. But my God, we had an absolute blast that night. Xeno will live in misery for the rest of his life because of that, though. Because I will never not let him forget it.
That's what I love about 3D printed Beyblades. You can break them, they will chip, they will damage, they will get torn to shreds, and yet somehow, if you build that thing good enough, it will keep going to the very end.
And Wolg's performance is subpar. Slugwolg, it's got issues. Once I get them ironed out, I think it will be a solid bay. But we could not stop laughing. We honestly could not stop laughing. There's 3 people in Model Bladers with the Fang driver. All of us have vastly different designs. All of us have different types even. But something that I find even funnier that in my server, there's 4 people with Beyblades that all look like Jackal. And we all released our bays within the same week of each other. So none of us had any idea about what the other had made. So it was like the Spider-Man meme of the 3 Spider-Men standing in a triangle pointing at each other. Because we're all like, you have the same design. None of us were like, you copied me. You're like, it looks exactly the same. Like, we're all laughing at it. We all had different inspiration. Someone said theirs was based off of the sun. Jackal was based off of a gear. I don't remember what the other 2 were, but we were laughing about it for an hour. All right, guys. I think that has been a pretty good podcast / stream. It's currently at 1 o'clock. We have been streaming for 2 hours, which is an entire hour longer than I thought I was going to. So I am going to call it here, guys. Anything else to say?
Just Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year to you. Thank you, everyone who stopped by on the stream. And thank you to you guys for being in the Discord server. I do plan on starting up Past the Red Line again. And I also plan on making a skit either tomorrow or Sunday. So the skits are going to be restarting, and Past the Red Line will also be restarting. So, all right, guys, that is about it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications so you get all my videos because I upload daily. As always, hope this video makes your day just a little bit better. Live life to the max and stay awesome. And I hope everyone has a happy and safe New Year. All right, guys, have a good one. Not only